Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good evening to Dr. Najwan. We are from Group 3, BITE. Our group consists of Muhammad Nuruddin bin Nazri, Juven Lo Jajun, Chai Wenkiat, and Akmal bin Roslan. Today, we are going to demonstrate our project about a looping program using MIPS instruction. So let's go through to our MIPS instruction first. Okay, here we start off with the data. Here where is the string of data in the form of messages will be defined to be used to create an interactive situation between the user and the system. We got the welcoming, we got welcoming messages, explanation messages, and so on. Okay, let's go to the main function of our program. After we initialize all the variables that will be used um, for the program, welcoming messages will be printed and followed by the explanation messages and a prompt message. Prompt message is the message where the user will be asked to enter an integer, and the system will determine and keep track on the all integers that the user entered, whether it is the biggest, the largest, or the smallest integer so far. The loop will be only stop when user enter 0. Okay, we move to our next presenter. Yes.
So after the loop, they will come to the first input section. Under the first input section, first it will set the smallest register T1 and the largest register T2 values to the input value register T0. Then sets the Boolean flag first register S0 to false. Next prints the enter integer register T0 using system call 1. And the last print the message indicating that the enter value is both the smallest and the largest so far. After that, it will come to the print input function or section. Under this function, first it will print the enter integer register T0 using system call 1. Then prints a new line character using system call 4. Checks if the enter integer is smaller than the current smallest register T1. If it is, it will jump to the appropriate sections, which is update smallest. And it is the same for the other one. If the enter integer is larger than the current largest register T2, it will also jump to the section update largest. If both conditions are not include, it will jump back to the beginning of the loop, which is loop start.
Okay, let's move to our next presenter.
So for the next loop is update smallest. First we store T0 into register A0 and we call it by 1. And next we store store T0 to T1. Then we call the message smallest message and the new line, and then we jump to loop start. For the other one is update largest. For this loop, we store T0 to A0 and store it using 1. Next, we store T0 to T2. We use for and call the message largest message and new line. Lastly, then jump to the loop start.
Okay, there is the explanation on how our MIPS program works. So basically, until we enter 0, it will keep looping until we enter 0. After that, they will print out the appropriate messages. Okay, all the messages will be print out in this program exit. So after we enter 0, the final smallest message will be print out, which is the current smallest integer that we have the user have input in the system. So do with the final largest message. And the end message is actually just program ends and thank you. Let's do a real demonstration. We will run the MIPS program. We will run the MIPS program according to the output that have been given in the project questions. Okay, we start on by entering 10. So the system print out 10 as the first value, and therefore is the smallest and the largest integer so far. And then we enter 6, which is the smallest integer so far, replacing 10. And then we enter 11, which 11 is gonna to replace 10 as the largest integer so far. And then we enter 4, 5, 6, and 3. I believe you notice it here. When we enter 5 and 6, the system not gonna to print anything, because this is not the current largest or the current smallest integer so far. So basically, as long the input that we enter is not the smallest, it's not smaller or larger than the current largest and the smallest input so far, it will not print any prompt. So here, when we enter 3, 3 is actually smaller than 4, which means 3 is smallest integer so far. And then we come to enter 15, which is the largest integer so far compared to all other input that we enter. And finally, we enter 0. The program is being stopped, and the final smallest message and the final largest message will be printed out, which is smallest integer is 3, largest integer is 15. And the program ends message is program ends, thank you. I guess that's all for our explanation. Thank you.
Yes, yeah.